Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Homestead Friends. I got to tell you what, guys. I hope you're ready for another exciting and soon-to-be classic edition of this show. We are here with Justin and Rebecca Rhodes from the Justin Rhodes channel, and I've been waiting for so long to get you guys on. How the heck are you?
We're doing really good.
Good.
Better than good?
No.
I'm a little tired.
Oh, I got to tell you what, guys. I have been heckled and hounded by my subscribers for coming on months now to get you guys on. And I have personally been a fan of your channel for quite a while. I love what you do. I love that it's fun. I love your video making. I love your storytelling. And I can just sit and watch. And I got to tell you, I'm learning a ton from you. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
So,
We do it for you, man.
was that?
We do it for you and people like you.
What? So now the question is this. How long have you been into the permaculture thing? Because you clearly are not a spring chicken, pun intended.
We've been growing our own food now for 10 years. Permaculture, whether we knew it or not, we were slowly bringing on the permaculture concepts, but then officially got permaculture design certified.
14.
In 2014, we're studying a year before that, but we went and learned from the grandson himself, Jeff Lawton, in Australia, or I went.
Yeah, I didn't get to go.
Has a tuna farm. And so learned from the best, and it just makes a lot of sense to us, and it's working well for us because, you know, we had to slow down physically, and we're like, we got to connect the things of our farm, and that's how I found permaculture, because primarily it just makes connections between the things. Like, you have the cows over here, you have the garden over here, you have the chickens over here. How can we make them all work together? And doing that, you get more abundance with less work. So it's been great.
So now there are so many different people out there who throw around the term permaculture. Is there a classic definition of it, or is it just whatever works for you on your property?
Well, I tried to sum it up in a short, simple definition. I think permaculture is it's a design science or a design concept where you work with nature. You observe what nature's doing, and you try to mimic that. And when you do that, you end up with more abundance with less work. For example, you observe that nature hates bare ground. Nature is modest. She doesn't like to show any bare skin, okay? So as soon as that earth is bare, she's covering it up. So a permaculture design concept would say, in our gardens, don't uncover nature. Put some clothes on her. Put the mulch on top of her or something like that. That's just one example.
Dude,
so
modest is hottest, right?
That's right.
That's how we roll. And you know what?
the
The funny thing is that actually I had watched that video earlier today, and I'm like, because we have a big pile of dirt that we've had to supplement for our septic system because we're on clay and the ground doesn't drain right. And I was griping about it. I'm like, he says that they want to have, you got to cover this up. And I'm like, what about our big dirt pile back there? And my son goes, it's all growing up, Dad. And I go and look, I'm like, what the? Oh, it really is. And it's like 90% grown over. And I was just all grumping about it. So well done. Now, the question I have is this. How much of the food that you eat do you guys grow?
Oh.
Yeah. Not enough.
No.
And that's what this is about. And a lot of people, you know, they'll come into this and be like, is he new to this? You know, because we don't have like the Jeff Lawton system or the Ben Falk, like these huge systems.
Yeah.
But that's because we're coming from a place of almost forsaking the farm.
Yeah.
With the Lyme disease at the height, all we had was some chickens. Did we even put any plants in the ground? So it's coming,
I did a very small garden.
So it's going from market garden, like CSA, grass-fed beef, to chronic Lyme disease, like stricken, and then now it's at a place where we're.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of years we didn't plant anything. I mean, the chickens were lucky that they survived. I mean, it was really bad.
Yep. If it wasn't for an intern that was coming every week and turning my compost piles for those chickens, they would maybe be dead.
Yeah.
So I have him to thank, and you have him to thank for the movie Permaculture Chickens, because he got us through. I mean, I was laying in the bed at night, and the beautiful one said, "Hey, did you put up the chickens?" And I thought for a minute, and I said, "No." Took a couple breaths. She said, "Well, aren't you gonna?"
Yeah.
And I said, "No." I wish they died.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Permaculture Chicken Ninja Master confession right there.
Yeah.
2 months
Yes,
for
sir.
the production of my film, I wanted them to die. But after you put your chickens up 4,000 times, 7 days a week over a certain period of year, it can get all, the vlog makes it look exciting, right? But that's only 10 minutes of 24 hours a day. Most of farm work is mundane
Boring.
and boring. I struggle to come up with interesting content some days. Well, what was that? Where
were we going?
Uh,
how much food to go? That's a really long answer okay, how much? I think because we have our own beef in our freezer. We got our own eggs. We're getting some of our own vegetables now.
doing milk.
I would say 35%-ish,
Yeah.
but we want it to be more because groceries is certainly our biggest bill. And now we're coming back. We're like, come back, and we're coming back at the homestead level. We're not market garden. We'll be clear about that. We're not selling product. Okay. We're growing food for ourselves. Why? And it came from a pain point of, having to be healthier. And one, we eat organic, and then two, we started eating less grains.
Well, when he got sick, and he got sick, and we didn't know what was wrong with him. And so we just went to a natural doctor, and he put us on like a paleo diet and was just like, so we cut out grains, and all of a sudden, like everything on our plate, we could grow. And we were like, hey, wait a minute, like we can grow this. Like we don't have to go to the grocery store and buy it. So
yeah, but 25% now, and by the end of the summer, just 100 days, I think it's going to be 75%.
Yeah.
Wow.
Days. I mean, it helps that we know what we're doing, and we have the plan in place, and we're going to go at it. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
That in 100 days you can cut, because it is our biggest bill.
Yeah.
Eating healthy and organic and a lot of meats, that ends up being our biggest bill for sure.
For us, we're on that same path, and I wish we had more property. Our backyard is woefully inadequate because a large part of it is a septic system that I can't put. I could put another 1/4 acre of garden out there if that stupid thing wasn't there.
Right.
But now the question I have for you, because we're in the same boat. We raise our chickens, we raise our rabbits, we've got dairy from our goats and our cow, and that's been awesome. What do you find yourself buying at the store? What is that 25% that you will hopefully go, oh, I hate you, but I still have to buy you 25%?
Okay, I will say this: we even try to. We still go to the store and got no problems with it. When possible, we buy from other farmers and have no problem with that, and actually encourage that. And never want to be 100% self-sufficient, because let's be good at chickens.
Yeah.
And collaborate with the guy who's good at honey.
Oh yeah.
And maybe he puts his hives here and he manages them, and we just get a cut of the honey or something. When we go to the store, what do we hate buying?
Well,
We'll buy milk from a local farmer when our cow is dry.
Like our cow just dried off, so we're buying milk from someone else, another raw milk farmer.
Yeah, during the winter when the eggs are gone, it's a natural egg season. We'll supplement. We don't push them. We don't put lights on them. We'll supplement with the other local farm eggs and stuff like that. So I guess I hate buying that because I wish the chickens would lay year round. But that's it too. I guess I hate that. I hate buying things out of season, but I do because I want eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I still go get them. So that's the catch-22 I have at the grocery store, is I still like things even if they're out of season. So that's what we'll buy, really.
So now I know you're not the Midwest. You're in Virginia-ish area without being too specific.
It's okay.
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Asheville.
Oh, and Asheville?
Yeah.
Oh, well then you clearly smell like patchouli. I've been there many times. It just wafts out of the city, and then it stops right when the Graham family homestead is there. But
smell it right through the TV here.
I bet you can. Oh. So, geez, now you made me lose my question. What the heck were we talking about? Oh,
buying food and
yeah.
No, food do you grow that you eat?
Right. Now, have you guys ventured into cheese making yet?
No. I actually bought everything for it, and then I gave birth to our 4th child, and nothing has happened. No cheese has been made.
No cheese has been made.
Hey, we turned into a chidler farm.
Yeah,
how about that one? We're growing chidler.
Our last one, he has been like all 3 of my kids wrapped up into one child. Like, he is intense.
Got a lot of energy.
So, he's just like, he like is an escape artist. He can get out of places. Like, if I take my eyes off of him, he goes missing, and I'm like, where'd he go?
Act like he's choking.
Oh,
He's choking.
He acts like I did that when I was a child. So I guess it's just payback.
Oh, and then he had that cotton picking
he had a febrile seizure when he had the flu.
Like, suck it up, kid. You're just faking it.
No, I didn't see that video. That was pretty scary.
It was horrible. And yeah, that was like the worst moment of my whole entire life, because I was like, he's dying. Like, I thought he literally was dying, but he didn't. Thank God. I mean, he's a precious little boy, but he is, I don't know, like, maybe I'm older. I mean, I'm 37, so it's like, I don't know. I'm just like more tired. I don't know. I don't have energy that I had when I was 28. And so no cheese has been made on our farm, unfortunately. So
well, I'm glad that you've got enough energy to manage the little ones. So that's good.
Yeah, the cheese.
Cheese will come.
I figured when they get older and, you know, we're done having kids, so 4 is it, and when he's older and less needy, I'll make my cheese.
Oh, I thought you meant him.
No. He's great. Like, he helps me so much. So I'm super thankful for him.
I remember the question I was going for when I was wondering about location. Do you guys have cicadas that come to your area? The bugs.
Okay, we have
every
15 years. Well, because I watched your video on getting maggots for your chickens. And my idea, dude, is if we could figure out a way to harvest the cicadas, you'd have protein for a few years, because there are piles of them everywhere.
Yeah.
And I don't know when they are in the Carolinas, but I know that we're supposed to get them next year or this year.
Well, in Stephenville, they have them now.
And there are just piles of them everywhere. And I was just thinking, stick them in garbage bags and put them in a freezer.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
We need a freezer for that.
Oh, yeah. It's our cicada freezer, you know, for when friends are over.
Don't actually
Make sure you get the ice from that one. That one's the cicada freezer. What? No, really. It's filled with bugs.
Well, we have a milk refrigerator. We're not kosher, but I have to have a milk refrigerator because our kitchen refrigerator is full. With 9 people living here, it's a nightmare.
So let me ask you this. Unexpected challenges. Like, when we go into this whole homesteading, self-reliant life, we know that there's going to be stuff that you're going to have that it's learning curve and stuff that you're like, I'm really going to have to learn that and work at that and make sure those animals are well kept. But what were some of the ones that were like, holy smokes, I wasn't expecting that to be hard?
Every day. I mean, there's always something unexpected. It's hard to pin down one huge one. I guess for now, one huge one is grazing cattle appropriately. I do rotational grazing, so I move them every day, and that is hard. It's hard to know if they've gotten too much, too little. Why aren't they eating this? Why aren't they eating that? How to smash it down? When to come back to it? It's all those crazy questions that is hard, because you can sit through a lesson and you can read a book on it. But that kind of stuff, still, you just need like a one-on-one coach here or something. I told Diego from Permaculture Voices asked me the same question, and it was a similar question, but it was like what do you have any regrets, or what would you tell yourself? What would you like to know before going into it? I would like to know a mentor. I would like to be really close to a mentor that's doing something similar, that like an uncle, like really close with somebody. Maybe instead of going to college, I would have spent a year with Joel Salatin, a year with Elliot Coleman, a year with Jeff Lawton. You know, that would have been my college education. 1 year in each of these epic places. Maybe 1 year with a business guy, you know, and just get these mentors under my hand. Like today, I went out and put up this soldier fly grub bin.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it'd take 20 minutes. You know, I put it together last year. It did great. So I'm doing it again. I'm thinking, this is going to be easy. But then you can't. This is the surprise. You have chitlers, and your tools are never where you left them.
Yeah.
The drill was over under the tree. The drill was under the tree. The drill bit was in the loft. Well, I mean, the UPS shipment packages were.
The things that you put the soldier grub on, I noticed you were finding them.
I think it was 75% of my work was finding all the tools for it.
Yeah.
See, I've got teenage boys that just, they don't, it's not even unintentional. They will just go take what they want, and then I have to find them in their vehicles. Yeah. They're going, hey, why did you use my stuff and didn't put it back? Oh, that's all I get. All you're gonna get at some point is, oh.
You telling me it doesn't get any better?
No.
I'm sorry.
Unless you can lock your tools.
And honestly, we've got a refrigerator that's on the fritz. And the other day, this is horrible, but it actually, it electrocuted my daughter by accident. She grabbed it and went, boom, like it shocked her. Yeah, so I'm thinking about putting the tools in the fridge so the boys won't mess with my freaking tools.
Yeah. Yes, we need to do that. Or at least, hook up a wire.
Oh, yeah, like to a car battery. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever had any major catastrophes? I know I would call you the Sultan of the chicken, maybe the Lord of the Wing. Maybe I don't know. You have an awful lot of information when it comes to chickens, and but like you said before, there was times you just didn't care. And I understand being sick and all that. But have there ever been any real bad humdingers where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that?
Yeah. I stepped on the duck's head today.
What?
Yeah, over the fence, tripped up. And so the fence tripped me up, and the duck was right there, and I stepped on her head. Now I'm thinking, God, she's all right.
Yeah.
Got up and moved around. But that's a club. I mean, we're very fortunate to not have any, no cows have died.
No, we've never
We had the King Daddy Rooster die,
yeah,
and that was tragic. But then we realized, hey, wait a minute, our breeder is 30 minutes away. I bet she's got a rooster. So that was an easy fix. She didn't even charge me.
The worst thing I would say is it was like, I was pregnant with Lily, so it was 2011, and a raccoon got into our coop and killed all of our chickens but one that has somehow escaped, and that was it.
No.
And that was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to us. And so, but we had chickens coming up, so
it was a 5-month loss.
Yeah, I mean, we just didn't have eggs for 5 months. But that was probably
in reality, you could go to Craigslist and buy chickens and lay.
I know.
And replace your chickens that night. That's why, and the reason chickens are so cool is because
they're very replaceable.
Yeah. You lose them all, you could technically go and get some more real quick.
Well, yeah, we did that one time, and they brought in this nasty bug into our whole entire. This was our first round of chickens, and we wanted some Aracunas. Or the American, the ones Easter eggers. I wanted some of those. We bring these in, and they were so gross. They had these, I think it was
lice. We had to start over.
Oh, we had to start over. It was gross.
Diatomaceous earth didn't help.
Nasty.
None of it helped. So now I think I know what you're going to say, but as we're kind of coming around towards the end of the interview, I got a couple things I want to make sure that I get in there. And first thing is this. For those of you who are watching this interview, and for the 3 of you out there who don't know Justin's channel, just stop right at, hit pause, do yourself a favor, hit pause, open a new window, go to his channel. It's Justin Rhodes, RH, Rhodes. Go over there, hit subscribe, then come back and thank me because you will. But the next thing, and one of the last things of this interview, if you are encouraging somebody who wants to get started in this self-reliant life, what would you say you should do as your first adventure?
Intern.
No.
Intern.
Be an apprentice.
So somebody went to college far too.
Intern, be an apprentice. And you're welcome to come here if you like.
Cool. What I meant was garden chickens, wildebeests, Sasquatch. Where do you start?
Chickens, of course.
I agree with that 100%. Chickens, to me, and you've mentioned it too, and I've mentioned it similarly. Chickens are like a gateway drug. It gets you in. Chickens are easy, and even if you make a big mistake, you can be back running in no time. And so as we round out the interview, encourage those who may be on the fence going, boy, this sounds really cool, and I think that I might be able to do this. Convince them they need to get started in this life.
Go ahead.
Why, you want me to convince him?
Let's see. How would I convince them? Well, watch our channel, because we've convinced many people watching our channel. We've attracted people who aren't even interested in this. So I guess that would be one thing, is I would tell them to just begin to study it. Just begin to look at it, look into it. She and I have always been like, let's just find out more information. If we just have a little inkling, like maybe I want to grow my own food. You know, I say start with chickens, but if you're really hesitant, start with a
container.
Pot.
Container garden.
In your windowsill.
Just do it. I mean, like, grow a tomato plant this summer, and then eat, when you eat the tomatoes off of that or whatever you choose, you're going to be like, this tastes so much better. Mm-hmm. And then it's and it's easy. I mean, it's hard, but it's easy too. I don't know how to say that, but it's easy to grow a tomato plant.
Yeah. So I was saying, go to my channel or any channel, because you just want to begin to get that information, begin to soak it up and say, oh, I could do that, or I could try that. Find something easy.
I think too, experiment. Just I think that's something that Justin and I are always doing, is just trying things out. We don't know how things are going to turn out, but we have this idea and we just try to make it happen, and we learn so much along the way. I mean, it's not.
So what? You buy a tomato plant and it dies. So what? It's going to be okay.
I mean, you're out $3.
You can go to the grocery store and get a tomato.
That's true. Well, I don't know if I would classify those orbs they sell at the grocery store.
Well, you go to farmer's market and get a tomato.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. But I mean, we are lucky, because when our chickens failed, or when our chickens got killed, we could still go to the grocery store and buy chickens. I mean, buy chickens.
It's a good
buy eggs.
It's an Asian market. Right. It's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it was nice, because had that been our only source of eggs, we wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, when my dad was growing up here, if you didn't grow it, you didn't eat. Seriously, like Gap Creek, the book type of stuff. You didn't grow it, you didn't eat. Well, now, so you had to be conservative. Now, who cares if you try a little something on a tomato plant and it doesn't work? That's what I'm saying. Who cares? You can go to the farmer's market, the grocery store, and get one. We live in a good age to be really pushing the envelope and experimenting. We've got the potatoes growing, and we run the chickens in and then throw in the other stuff, and we don't weed it, and just see what happens. And it's been working out well. If the lamb's quarter, which some people consider weeds, are growing up beside the potato, let's see how it works out. Is it going to shade it out? Is it going to be okay? Actually, is it a nice compliment? It's turned out to be a nice compliment.
I think it's complimenting.
We let we had the chickens here. They tilled. They got it ready. We moved them out. We had thrown in kitchen scraps. They planted all the seeds.
Perfect.
You'll see it. Movie Permaculture chickens, hundreds of pounds of food. I didn't even plant the seeds. We moved them out. Other stuff grew up. I found out other stuff and that other stuff, that weeds that aren't edible, like lamb's quarter, by the way, is edible. So just, that's it too. You got a weed, we'll start eating it, learn how to eat and enjoy it, because then turn it to a solution. But this time it was a weed that we couldn't eat. But guess who liked that weed? More than the tomatoes, more than the squash, more than the pumpkin, the Japanese beetle.
Oh.
Because we're attacking these weeds instead of our plants. And we could go out to these weeds and just shake the Japanese beetle off into a pail of water and feed them to the chickens.
Perfect. Well, I got to tell you what, guys, I have thoroughly enjoyed this talk. And once again, go over to Justin Rhodes' channel, click subscribe. You're going to appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for taking time and sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Well, you guys have an amazing day, kids.
You
Bye-bye. See ya.